What's up, everybody? Fred Richani of the Sports Courier. I'm here live at E3 in Los Angeles, LA Convention Center. It is jam-packed. Behind me, we have the Shadow of the Tomb Raider demo. Over here, to my left, we have the gigantic Square Enix booth. That line you see over there is just for Kingdom Hearts 3. Absolutely nuts, but I want to take a little bit of time away from my E3 duties with youtube.com/TSC Gaming to get back here on TSC News to talk a little bit about Money in the Bank, which is coming up this Sunday night. Now, earlier in the month, I made some predictions. I had a little preview. We've seen how things have shaken out the last few weeks, and I gotta say, this is the least interested I've ever been in a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I mean, on paper, some of the matches should be good. Women's ladder match should be decent. Men's ladder match could be great. But other than that, I mean, I'm looking at it, and it's just the build hasn't been great. The scripting hasn't been great. The Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn storyline has been absolutely, positively dreadful. Just god-awful, man. It was just, the sisters, him saying he wasn't in the military, lame. So anyway, let's start with the Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley match. I got Bobby Lashley winning. According to Dave Meltzer of WrestlingObserver.com, though, the plan isn't for Bobby Lashley or Braun Strowman or the super mega popular Seth Rollins to get a shot at Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Apparently, the plan is Roman Reigns again. Yeah. Moving along, then, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. There's a few guys I would count out. I would count out Kevin Owens. So even though he's a great heel and everything, I feel like we've seen that way too much. He's been involved quite a bit. Braun Strowman, be kind of weird to see a big dude like that climb a ladder, but you could do a funny gimmick where he climbs to the top. And personally, I would love to see Braun Strowman get a title shot, but I don't think that's happening. Miz could be intriguing because if Daniel Bryan challenges and wins the title down the road, Miz could cash in, and that could lead to an epic WrestleMania main event or maybe a main event of Survivor Series, whatever the case may be there. Man, but you got a member of the New Day. You know what I would do? And to the best of my recollection, I don't believe the New Day has named a member of the team in Money in the Bank. Maybe they have by this point. What I would have done is, or I still could do if I was working for WWE and ran things, would be to have Big E interfere on behalf of the New Day, have Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston climb up that ladder, reach for that Money in the Bank briefcase, and then have Big E tip over the ladder, take the contract himself. Maybe all three members of New Day will be in it, and maybe they could do that. And Big E turns heel, and you let Big E finally have the main event run he probably should have had 5 years ago. I know the New Day's popular. You don't have to break up all of the New Day, but, man, to me, in my humble opinion, Big E's money. But assuming they don't do that and they do a predictable route, I say Miz. And you know what? Miz has knocked it out of the park the last couple of years. I don't have a problem with that. For the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, there have been rumors that Alexa Bliss has been favored to win. You know, the odds makers had Alexa Bliss. She's a great performer and all, but I've seen so many Alexa Bliss title reigns. It's like Charlotte. I'm just tired of it. I got nothing against them personally. I like their work, but I'm just tired of it. Hopefully, Ember Moon wins. Hell, I wouldn't even mind a dark horse like Lana winning. I mean, why not? She's improved a bit. If Rusev won Money in the Bank for the men's, which would be awesome, I don't expect it to happen, it would be awesome. That'd be a great storyline, but man, that's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go with Natalya. I think what's going to happen is down the road, maybe even on the same night, Ronda Rousey captures the women's title or has it right in her grasp, and I think Natalya cashes in and screws over, maybe accidentally screws over, her best friend. Speaking of the women's match, Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax, if this was just a match built up between two great athletes, I would have loved it. But they had Nia Jax go around bullying jobbers, bullying Rousey, then being nice, then bullying her again. Just really contradictory, right? Didn't we have months and months of Alexa Bliss bullying Nia Jax, only for Nia Jax to, become a freaking bully? Considering they had Ronda Rousey almost lock in the, well, actually, she kind of more or less locked in the armbar on Nia Jax and made her look weak. I guess you could have Nia Jax somehow retain, or you know, here's what I could see happening. I think it's too early for Ronda Rousey to win the title. What I would do is have Natalya cash in during the match, or have a non-finish where maybe Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey like superplex each other. They're both knocked out. Natalya goes and covers Nia Jax, and then you could do Natalya versus Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam. You could do that, or You could have Rousey just win the Raw title, hold it for a while, and then Natalya cashes in when she least expects it. I hope they play up the fact that the Money in the Bank ladder match winners can cash in at any time on anyone. Meaning, if a Raw guy wins a briefcase, they could cash in on a SmackDown guy and vice versa with the girls. We'll see what happens. We have Seth Rollins versus Elias. I like Elias as a personality. Not the biggest fan of him in the ring. I know a lot of people are very high on him. I don't want to see Seth Rollins' Intercontinental title reign end, especially if he's not going to challenge Brock Lesnar right away. He's been a phenomenal champion. Honestly, I think even though he's only held the belt for a little while, I think he's already up there with one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. With the in-ring run this guy has had in 2018, I mean, my God, I'm sorry. You got to put him up there with Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart. That might sound blasphemous to some people, but 3 words, deal with it. And Elias is going to have to deal with it because he is going to lose and Seth Rollins is going to retain the Intercontinental Championship. We have the Raw Tag Team titles. Ugh. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, one of the worst teams in recent memory, taking on one of the other worst teams in recent memory, the B Team, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. I like all 4 guys. I mean, the stuff with Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy was interesting for like a minute. Not so much now. I guess the B Team wins. I don't know what the hell is going to happen with the Authors of Pain. Yeah, well, what do you want me to say? I don't know. I'm not feeling that. And then we have Carmella versus Asuka. I mean, listen, if Asuka doesn't win that one, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. I mean, it was a nice little showing by Carmella. She won the title. I was happy for her. I'm thinking, wow, maybe she's actually improved because she's gotten a lot better on the mic. Then we got to the last pay-per-view, whatever that was. It was Backlash, and she crapped the bed with Charlotte, who's a pretty damn good worker. She hasn't looked good in the ring. I'm sorry. Nice girl, good-looking girl, great on the mic, a great character. Actually, she's been kind of annoying on the mic lately, but she has the potential to be great. But I'm not looking forward to her match with Asuka, unless, of course, Asuka wins. And then lastly, we got the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, the Bludgeon Brothers, taking on Gallows and Anderson, the Club. I got the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, I would like to see the Club do something relevant. They've been in WWE for a couple years. They've had like a smidgen of relevancy compared to where they were at in Japan, and other than that, they've just kind of been geeks. So hopefully, they'll get some relevance sometime soon. But I don't think it's time for them to win the tag team titles. And speaking of the Club, you know, I'll give you a dark horse for the men's Money in the Bank. Another dark horse. Finn Bálor. Let's just say Finn Bálor wins, holds on to the briefcase, makes everybody think he's cashing in on a Raw champion, and then sometime on SmackDown when AJ Styles keeps the title, retains the title, regains it, whatever, you have AJ Styles lose via cash-in to Finn Bálor, and then you reform the Club and AJ Styles feuds with the Club. You could do that. And actually, I said lastly before the SmackDown title match, how could I forget the WWE World title match, a last man standing match? Oh, of course, I could forget because all their matches have not been that great. I mean, they started out really good, but the WrestleMania match went too long. The other one with the double nut shot went just terrible finish. I'm just tired of this feud. I really do think Nakamura needs to win. Why'd you sign him for big money? Why'd you lure him away from Japan? Why are you giving this big push? Why'd you give him an awesome babyface theme song? Why'd you give him an awesome heel theme song right now? Only for him to lose again in a world title situation. Last year's Money in the Bank, lost. Versus Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam, lost. Versus Jinder Mahal at Hell in a Cell, lost, clean. Versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania, lost, clean. Backlash, technically, lost. I mean, what is it? The dude's like 0-3-1 in freaking title matches. It's getting ridiculous. I think he needs to win this one. If you want AJ as your champion going forward, that's great, but I think Nakamura's got to win it here. AJ could always win it back at SummerSlam or something like that. But, folks, I want to hear from you. What do you think about everything going on behind me right here in E3? What do you think about Money in the Bank? What do you think about the sorry state of WWE programming? Yeah, they got that big TV money, but creatively, they're in the toilet right now. It's just, outside of NXT, not great. And actually, we have NXT TakeOver this Saturday. Talk about it. NXT just kind of snuck up at you. Maybe because I've been disinterested with WWE lately. But, folks, I want to hear from you. Let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us, Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this update, please like, share, take care. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. And until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the matches and the games.